Hey folks, Dr. Jared here. We're going to go through some squat clean. Now, there's a ton of stuff that we could go through, and you see all these lines. It's going to make sense here in a second. We're going to focus on where those lines are and why they're there, just so when you're filming this on your own, or if your coaches are giving you cues, you kind of have a better understanding of what's going on here. We're going to start this in slow motion. We got a high to low loading pattern. Some people go low to high. Doesn't matter as long as you set your back angle, and on that first pull get the bar moving back into you as I do there. That's fine. We go into the second pull, pretty good, get some good contact, shrug under the bar. Didn't quite open up the hip like we'd like, but at the same time, not too bad. Now, we have this vertical line. We see I'm a little bit forward here. I'd love to have that barbell a little bit farther back, so that it'd be in line with the green vertical line there. But for the most part, it's not terrible. It's something that I want to improve. You kind of have that line going from the middle of my foot straight up, and we want to see that that improves over time. I'm going to drive through this again. Now we see that as I drop down, there's my bottom position. And I'm pretty happy with this bottom position here. The idea being I want to have those elbows, there's the green line across, with my elbow very upright or parallel to the ground as much as possible. A pretty good verticalized torso, knees about to the level of the toes, which they are, grounded on the heels. I'm pretty happy with that catch position. I could be back a little bit more, but for the most part, if you're catching in this position, that's pretty good proficiency, but you'd want it to work back just like I do. Now we're going to get into some of the problems with this. As I start coming up and out, you see that line, the green line going from my hip to about the barbell. That I want to be able to try and maintain that as I'm coming out, and I kind of do this hike. So you see that I hike with the hips, but I'm not matching distance with the bar. So now as I do that, I drop my elbows and I shoot back my hip, and I'm starting to dump tension and lose what I want to have or maintain as I'm coming up and out of the bottom. That's my thing, is I can get the bar up really high, as you saw, but my front squat and getting that bar up is where I'm finding my weakness. Coming up and through there, after I dump that tension, now you see that I have this green dot right there on my knee, and what you're going to see is, since I've lost a lot of my tension through my torso and I've lost my good front rack position, I'm going to shear forward with those knees. You see that there's the green line, and then my knees come forward and through. And that's something that I want to avoid, just to protect my knees. And if I think about that, that's not anything going wrong with my hips. That's me not being strong and aware of holding this nice front rack position as I come up and out. I dump tension through the front rack, and then I pick it up right there through the knees. Now, some of you might have that problem, some might not. Just want you to think, hey, it's not all about how I pull and get in and catch into this position. And granted, if I'm doing a squat clean, I'd love to not catch here, but actually catch here. It's how I'm coming up and out of that position and maintaining that green line through my arms so that I don't have to pick things up through my lower extremity, and particularly through my knees. Guys, I hope this helps. Good luck. Keep moving.